Hello, everyone. We're thrilled to welcome both our loyal listeners and new friends to True Life Stories X. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you've been with us from the beginning, we're so glad you're here. Today's story is named A Chokehold of Controversy, the Daniel Penny case. I never imagined that a single moment on a crowded subway could ignite a firestorm of debate and emotion across the nation. But that's exactly what happened on May 1, 2023, when Jordan Neely, a man struggling with mental health issues, was placed in a chokehold by Daniel Penny, a 26-year-old Marine veteran. The incident would lead to Neely's tragic death and set off a chain of events that would captivate and divide public opinion. It was an ordinary day in New York City, the subway cars filled with the usual mix of commuters, tourists, and the occasional street performer. Jordan Neely, known for his impersonations of Michael Jackson, was on board that day. He began to act erratically, expressing feelings of hunger and despair. Witnesses later recalled him saying he didn't care whether he lived or died. Panic rippled through the car as passengers exchanged worried glances. In that moment of chaos, Daniel Penny stepped in. He later claimed he acted out of instinct to protect others. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, he placed Neely in a chokehold that lasted nearly 6 minutes. Video footage captured by bystanders would soon circulate online, sparking outrage and protests across the city. When Neely was pronounced dead at the hospital, the news sent shockwaves through New York and beyond. Calls for justice echoed in the streets as activists demanded accountability for Penny's actions. The case quickly gained national attention, raising questions about public safety, mental health care, and vigilantism. On May 12, 2023, Penny turned himself in to authorities and was charged with second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. As I followed the unfolding story, I couldn't help but feel the weight of the complexities surrounding it, how one man's attempt to protect could lead to another's death. Fast forward to December 9, 2024, the day the jury delivered its verdict after days of deliberation. I sat in the courtroom, surrounded by tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. The atmosphere shifted dramatically as the foreperson announced that Daniel Penny was found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. The courtroom erupted into chaos, some cheered while others wept openly. Jordan Neely's father shouted in anger before being escorted out by court officers. Outside the courthouse, chants of "no justice, no peace" filled the air as protesters gathered to voice their frustrations. The jury had deliberated for over 20 hours before reaching their decision. They were deadlocked on the more serious manslaughter charge, which led to its dismissal before they turned their attention to the lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide. In order to convict Penny of this charge, prosecutors needed to prove he engaged in conduct that recklessly created a substantial risk of death. As I absorbed the reactions around me, both jubilant and devastated, I reflected on what this case represented, a microcosm of society's struggle with issues like mental health and public safety. Penny defended his actions by stating he was trying to protect fellow passengers from an unarmed man who appeared desperate and volatile. During the trial, his defense team argued that Neely's death resulted from a combination of factors: his mental health struggles and synthetic marijuana found in his system. They contended that Penny did not intend to kill Neely but merely sought to restrain him until police arrived. The prosecution painted a different picture, one where Penny's actions were excessive and reckless. They argued that once Neely stopped resisting, Penny should have released him from the chokehold. Stay tuned as this story develops. What do you think about these allegations? Let me know in the comments. If you love what you hear, don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. We appreciate your support and can't wait to embark on this journey together.